Hello, Divine Feminine, and welcome to your power message for Monday, Magical Monday, the start of a brand new week. And we've got a new moon tomorrow connected with Aries energy, bringing in fire, action, change. I know you can feel something's coming, something's happening, something's brewing. So trust in that. So I'm going to use 5 decks of cards to connect with the energies. I'm going to start with the breaking out of the Matrix Oracle. Now, if you are a member of the angel family or higher, you're going to have access to a reading with this deck today. So I've done an extra reading for members, an almost personal reading, and a pick a pile as well, connected with this deck. Very powerful. Do check that out. I'm also going to bring in the Divine Doors cards to see what doors are opening in your life right now. I'm going to bring in a little bit of cartomancy. And just to let you know, I read cartomancy a lot different than other people, just like I read cards a lot different than other people. I don't use a guidebook or a set way. So if the way I read these cards doesn't kind of gel with what you've seen before or what you perceive the suit should be, think outside the box. I do it my way. And you're being guided to do things in your way, because that brings in your success. Listen to your intuition, not the crowd. I'm going to bring in the Island Time Wellness cards as well. And I'm going to bring in the Orbs cards because, let's be honest, we've all been seeing orbs, especially in the readings and in videos. You've been drawn to lights that show you you're not alone. And then we're going to bring in the daily guidance book at the end. I am also available for personal readings this week. So if you'd like a personal reading with me, email me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com and I'll be able to fit you in this week. Or if you want a live reading or, you want a selection of different types of reading, hit up George, Blue Eyes Tarot, my Divine Masculine, because he's available too. And also to remind you, tickets are now on sale for my live event next year in May 2024. It's all in the description box below. If you want to know how much that is, what the day entails, we're going to all be coming together in London in May next year. I'm really excited about that. But right now, let's see what you need to know. So thank you, angels. What's the energy for the Divine Feminine, please? So a few of these cards coming up. The energy of the Divine Feminine today, please, angels. These are Harry Potter playing cards. They're really cool. So not only do they bring in a card, but they may bring in a message from the magical realms. What do we need to know? Thank you, angels. A message for the Divine Feminines. Thank you. What doors are opening right now, especially with this new moon tomorrow? I know you're already going to be feeling and sensing that too. What's coming in? What's the doors are opening? What do we need to know, please, angels? What's the energy coming in today? The energy coming in, what angels are around us through orbs and anything else, lights, signs, synchronicities. What do we need to be aware of? What's the energy that's flowing in? Thank you, thank you. Wow. Okay, so the message coming through first of all is fearful and negative thoughts create an energy force. It creates a force and energy that attracts in what you fear. So recognize your fears and stop allowing them to have power over you. So the angels are reminding you the power of you, the power of your thoughts that become things, but the power of you, because nothing can affect you without your permission. So if you're allowing other people to hurt you or knock you down, or if your twin is affecting you in some way, take back your power today and say, that's not my story. I'm done with that. I'm taking back control of my life and I'm recognizing what's been shown to me through this. So when something negative or fearful or fear-based happens to you, it gives you the opportunity to observe it in a higher way and say, why is this happening to me? What is this teaching me? What is this showing to me about me? Because when we get squeezed, it's what's inside that comes out. So when you recognize that you're operating in a fear-based energy, which lives in the past that can't be changed as an if-only scenario, or the future that hasn't yet occurred as a what-if scenario, we can come back into the now and say, stop. I'm no longer allowing that fear-based thought or emotion or that person or situation to have power over me. I'm a divine feminine in my power. I know who I am, what I want, and what I am capable of. And you are stronger than you think. So don't let anything hurt you or knock you down today, because you have that power. Be aware and observant of even the smallest events, the smallest synchronicities and circumstances that appear in your life, because there are no coincidences. So you're going to be shown synchronicities today. You're going to receive signs from heaven, even small things that blow your mind, because there's no coincidences. So the angels are reminding you of your power. You're shown these things to buoy your faith and give you strength. And you have the power to make changes anytime you choose. This is your opportunity to make things happen the way that you want them to happen. And we can also do this in the mind. They give me fear. A little bit of fear there. They also give me a little bit of a sicky feeling. So if you feel that, if you feel a bit sick, if you've got a bit of kind of nausea today, or things make you feel a bit sick, you know what it's like when you're connecting with your twin and then they cut you off abruptly, or they block you, or they're ghosting you, or you see something on social media that hurts you. You can feel a bit sick, and you can have that feeling of bile in the throat. Because when we vomit, and they're giving me that as well, I'm going to bring in the Twin Flame Ascension Oracle. So if anyone has vomited, I don't feel many of you will have done, but if any of you have, or you've had a taste of vomit in the throat or the mouth, or, you've had that feeling where you've got bile, or you feel like your food's repeating on you, or something doesn't feel quite nice, there's a reason why. I'm just looking for the card so I can show it to you. So vomiting or feeling that way is when we have an immediate gut reaction to fear. Okay, and that means, say if you get blocked, you can knock you sick. If you get, your twin isn't responding to you, or you've got plans and they suddenly cancel them, it can make you feel sick. And that's what they're showing me intuitively through the energy I'm channeling. You know what it's like when you see a photo, maybe you see a picture of them with a karmic partner, or them out and about doing something, and it makes you feel sick. You have an immediate gut reaction to the fear, rejecting what's being experienced because of fear. So the way to deal with it is to breathe and release and respond with love, not fear, because breath work will help the nausea to pass. So if you're going through this today, and some of you will be going through it, okay, some of you may not experience this yet. Sometimes as divine feminines, we can tune in with the energy of the collective before it happens, or even after it happens. In other words, you may have felt this days ago, and I'm talking about it now, or you may have this experience in a couple of days or a week, and you think, now I know why that was brought up in the reading, or why I remembered that. It's the same with sign synchronicities. Maybe one day I talk about something specific like a bee, and you don't resonate with that. You think, well, I haven't seen a bee yet, or I haven't experienced that yet. And then 2-3 days later you do. It's because it's a collective energy. We're all operating in the collective energy, but we do all experience things in different ways and on different timelines. So be very patient with yourself. That's why we have to breathe and see it as a good thing. If we see someone in the comments section, for example, saying, I've just had communication, or, we're meeting up, or even we're coming into union, because you might think, well, what about me? When's it going to be my time? But these are signs of what's flowing in for you. So if you feel a bit sick, or you get this energy coming up, you have the power to make changes anytime you choose. That means you can choose to be okay with where you are. You can choose to be happy now. You can choose to feel at peace. You can choose to not be triggered by that picture, that event, that circumstance, because you can learn how to be flexible and adaptable to it. So you make things happen the way you want them to happen. And you go there in the mind. If you go there in the mind, you go there in the body. And say if something's happened between you and your twin that you didn't like, or you wish it had gone a certain way, you can visualize it going the right way, the way you want it to go. And that opens the doors of possibilities. One of our soul sisters commented on one of the videos, and I screenshot it in case I was guided to share it today, and I am. This lady says, yesterday I read the most beautiful confession from a DM to a DF. It was amazing how much it resonated. He expressed his life is not complete without her, and he run because of the intensity of his feelings. He wanted to start a life with her. It was so beautiful and vulnerable, and I know it's a sign for all of us of what is next. Today, the first song I heard, I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. Incredible and so beautiful. Isn't that powerful? Thank you to our soul sister for sharing that, because that's a preview of what's to come. When things resonate with you in that way, it's the universe saying this is your truth. So being aware and observant of even the smallest events or the smallest things like that happen, because there are no coincidences. And they are giving you previews of what's to come. Be patient a little longer, as parts of the bigger plan need to fall into place. So the right doors of opportunity present at the exact right time. Now, isn't that powerful when I've got the divine doors cards here? So what doors are opening? We've got offerings. Look at this. Wow, offerings. So we have to be patient today as the offering is coming. The parts of the bigger plan are falling into place. So the right doors open at the exact right time for the exact right reasons. It says abundance lies in the heart that allows. Allowing, be in the energy of allowing today. Allowing doors to open, letting the love in, allowing things to fall into place. Share more than expected and see love come around. It says pass this card on. And what that means is pass it on. Good news is coming, pass it on. What did Jesus do? He shared the good news because he was guided to pass it on. And you're being guided to pass it on. Maybe you're being guided to share your wisdom and your knowledge today and your light with the world, to pass it on in some way. You know, I know so many of you now are sharing your messages through TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. You're being guided to pass it on. Maybe share this reading on your social media today. Pass it on. Because when we receive good news that things are falling into place, we're told by heaven to pass it on, to share the love, to share the light, to share the magic. And we've got the King of Hearts today. Now, this is so powerful because when I did a reading the other day with Cartman C as well, we got the King of Hearts coming out. And this is Harry Potter. And look what he's doing now. He's fighting for what he wants. This is when he does the Patronus. And he says, Expecto Patronum. And what comes out of his wand is a stag. Because he's defending himself. And this is your masculine saying to you, I am going to fight for our love because our love is worth it. I want to be able to express my love to you and open my heart. So don't give up now, Divine Feminine. You're so close to achieving your goals. This is you being protected by heaven. And we've got date. It says meeting someone new. Meeting someone new. So meeting someone is about coming together, and new is about a new energy. So this doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go out on a date with someone new. Maybe some of you are thinking about that, and sometimes we have to do that to prove to ourselves that our twin is the one. You know, before union, I went on a date and I had a nice time with this guy, but there was just no spark there for me. He was doing everything right and it still wasn't enough because there's nobody like our twin. So meeting someone new, this is about your twin flame returning to you, reborn as someone new. It says dating. Get back out there, plan or set a date. So what I'm seeing with this is the opportunity, you know, the offering to meet up and connect. This is what's coming in, the date. We've got the Grim Reaper. Now, the Grim Reaper is about the ending. You know, endings. You think about the Grim Reaper, you think about, oh, it's the end, it's death. But death is birth, it's a rebirth. So this is the end of the old. Okay, the old things that need to go. It says, their relationship is over, there's no second chances. Grow and transform your life. And what I'm seeing with this is things that need to end are now ending. Things are now ending. Karmic relationships, jobs. This is for both twins because it's not just masculines who can be in karmic relationships. It can be divine feminines too. So you know that you're moving on from the relationships in your life, whether they are karmic relationships with people you've been married to, or you've had children with, or you've been living with, or even things connected with family, friends. Toxic things are now over because there's no more second chances. You are growing and transforming your life. And if you're in the energy where you're saying, okay, I feel this relationship with me and my twin are over because I don't want to give a second chance, it's about you growing and transforming in your life first. Maybe you're being guided to date others, or, explore that side to show to yourself how powerful this bond is. Because I'll tell you this, twin flame love cannot die. It's never over. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, no matter what you say or do, no matter what other people say or do, it's not over, it's just beginning. And the Grim Reaper, I'm actually connecting with the energy of Archangel Azrael, bringing in comfort. For any of you who are struggling because you may have seen something on social media that's caused pain, or maybe something has happened very abruptly, like they've blocked you, or they've said, I'm working on that karmic situation, or whatever they've done that's brought up that feeling of bile, and they're giving me again. Where you're saying, I can't forgive this time, it's too painful, because you feel that you're the chaser and you're tired of it. So you may be chasing them, or chasing the relationship because of fear of abandonment. And that's what we do as a divine feminine. We have to stop chasing. We have to stop trying so hard. We have to put down the oars of the canoe and take a moment. Yeah, they give me all this feeling of it's like when we burp but we taste sick. And I know it's not nice talking about, but we've all experienced that when we've been in fear. Fear can make the body react in horrible ways. You feel that sense of dread. It feels like your stomach is dropping out of your body. So we're being given a unicorn orb today. Now, unicorns are about playful energy. They're about innocence and purity. But also unicorns come forward when we need to forgive. When we need to forgive ourselves or our twin. So you may see unicorns today. Whether they come to you in your mind's eye, or they come to you in a dream, or they come to you through a film you watch, or in some other magical way. Maybe you are out shopping and you see a unicorn mug, or a unicorn top, or a unicorn bag, or you're on social media, you see a unicorn emoji. This is saying to you, forgiveness is the key. And we've got the number 41. That may mean something to someone out there, maybe an age. But 4 and 1 is about the angels protecting you as you begin again. As you start this day afresh, as you see things in a new way. And they showed me this here as an elephant. Because, the elephant is connected with the elephant god Lord Ganesh, removing obstacles out of the way. But also the elephant in the room, which means you can't forget each other. No matter how hard you try, who you date, where you go, what you do. You are always connected. So we're going to bring in a few extra cards. We're going to bring in the connection requires guidance. So what does the connection require today? What does the connection... They're giving me the word peace and clarity and understanding. Patience, power. So today the connection requires courage and protection. Well, you are being protected. It says, don't let other people destroy what you know to be true. And that's really what I'm feeling with this feeling of sick coming up, where something could happen that could really get to you today or trigger you if you allow it. And the angel's saying, be aware and observant. Be aware. Okay, recognize your fears and stop allowing them to have power over you. Stop allowing other people to have power over you. You are protected by an army of angels. You are not alone. And you are strong. You're being given courage. So step outside your comfort zone. And it can be scary to let go and take that step back and stop chasing. But that's what we need to do. It can be scary to forgive and give them another chance or another try if you've been hurt. But that's exactly what we need to do, especially if it's union that you desire. So the message for today then, we've got, look at this for powerful, how it resonates always. Notice your thoughts. And the angel's saying, fearful and negative thoughts create an energy force that attracts what you fear. In other words, when we focus on what we don't want, we end up getting more of what we don't want. When we focus on what we do want, we open doors of opportunity to allow in what we do want. Recognize your fears and stop allowing them to have power over you. It says, we angels are here to guide you towards the answers to all of your prayers. Yet we alone can't bring your desires to you. Your cooperation is required. It's also completely necessary. If you ask for something but at the same time are afraid of receiving it, we can't bring it to you. Your fear creates barriers for the manifestation of your prayers. So in other words, you may really want to hear from your twin, but you may also be afraid of what will happen when they come forward. Maybe you're afraid of those wounds reopening. You're afraid of what they may do or say. You're afraid, and you have to be strong. So the King of Hearts here I'm seeing as the feminine and the masculine both fighting for this love and standing up for it and knowing that you're protected, because the Patronus that Harry is casting here creates a protection. So the Dementors can't hurt him anymore or can't suck his life force or do whatever they do. So the one I'm feeling with this is also not allowing other people to affect your vibration. You know, they call them energy vampires. People who drain you, try and drain your light, try and knock you down, make you feel like you're doing something wrong. Maybe people are trying to put you down, saying nasty things about you, trying to gossip about you or cause drama. Stand up for who you are like Harry did. Expecto Patronus. You're protected, and you're being shown a stag as a symbol of the promise of the union. That's what the angels want you to remember today. You are strong, so you can protect yourself. And when Harry cast this Expecto Patronus spell at this particular time, I'm seeing this as when, he cast it out. All of his ancestors, his mum, his dad, everyone who's ever, passed through the wand and whatever else, comes forth to help him. So in other words, you don't just have angels watching over you. You have your loved ones in heaven. It could be your mum, your dad, it could be a grandma or granddad, an uncle, an auntie, a brother, sister, uncle. You have support. But you also have support from ancestors long past, who you're aware of on a soul level, but you may not have even met in the physical world. So you have support from heaven, protecting you constantly. So people can't bring you down, drag you down, or affect you without your permission. We can, however, this is the angels connecting with you, help you overcome your concerns. All you have to do is ask. Anytime you feel that you're in a push or pull situation with yourself, that's when you're fighting with your ego and your higher self. Call upon us to conquer the inner turmoil. This begins with noticing your thoughts. So be aware of the meanderings of your mind, leading you to both happy and fearful places. And that's so true. We can have a fearful, like a nice thought, and then a fearful thought can come in because the ego tries to edge all of the goodness out. So we have to be in control of our thoughts and our emotions by being patient and trusting the journey. Your body will signal whenever you become afraid. And I feel what's happening today is this vomiting energy, because it's an immediate gut reaction to fear, and we reject what is being experienced because of fear. Your body will signal when you become afraid. Your muscles will tighten, your breath will shorten, and your pulse will increase. This is the time to ask for help. This is when you breathe. Breath work will help this feeling to pass. The moment you think about the angels, your mind is flooded with the energy of love, which is part of the turnaround process. Notice your thoughts today. And if you become afraid, think, angels, please help me to have peaceful thoughts, and we'll come to your assistance immediately. We can't and won't control your mind. We will, however, elevate your energy so that they reflect your true divinity. In that way, your thoughts are love-based, which attract and create positive experiences. Isn't that beautiful? So in other words, you have the power to make changes anytime you choose. This is your opportunity to make things happen the way that you want them to happen, not being in fear of how they might happen or what's happened before. So the thought for today is, I notice my thoughts and I engage in conversations with my angels throughout this day. I readily ask for and am open to receiving help in keeping my intention crystal clear and consistent. I wisely and wholly welcome with open arms all of my desires and my unanswered or answered prayers. And it says answered prayers, but they give me the word unanswered because you may have been praying and feel like you haven't had your prayers answered. And you may feel like they haven't been answered yet, but they will be in time, and they already are. And that's what you need to know. So let me know in the comments today if you see unicorns, or maybe you even see Harry casting the Patronus. You may see a stag. Maybe you see a Grim Reaper, or you see the scythe, which is the sign that karmic things, toxic things are over. You know, your masculine is coming to you reborn. He wants to date you again. He wants to get to know you. He wants to offer something concrete to you. He wants to chase you, but he's finding the courage to do it. So feminines, don't let negative thoughts or people around negative energies affect you today. Protect yourself. Call on Archangel Michael, breathe, and know you are safe and loved and exactly where you're meant to be. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.